Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Mike Russell, the pro tem Chief Executive Officer of the SNP, has said all three candidates can remain confident about the integrity of the vote. He says it is rigorous and fair. But we ask, how can this be? We already know they've sent out way more ballots than the party has members. So what's going to happen to these ballots? Will they be counted? Will they be removed? Will they be ignored? Who's going to do the job? So what is going to happen with them? Now, two of the candidates have said that they do remain confident. However, a third, and of course it's Ash Regan, has said there needs to be changes. She said with what's happened over the last few days, perhaps people who have already voted may wish to change their minds. And given that the upheavals may have changed the entire dynamic of the party, that is conceivable. But we'll take a look at this article to see what is going on. Here goes. So the SNP candidates can be confident in the leadership race, says Mike Russell. All three candidates in the SNP leadership election can have confidence in the contest, the party's new interim chief executive has said. Mike Russell, the SNP president, replaced Peter Murrell after he resigned on Saturday in a row over the lies, and I'm not going to call it the misleading statements, they were lies, on the membership figures. He told the BBC that Kate Forbes and Humza Yousaf already had absolute confidence in the contest's integrity. They're very naive, aren't they? I've got a bridge to sell them. He said that Ash Regan had raised a series of questions that he wanted to answer. Well, that make a change for anyone to answer questions. Mr. Russell said there was no need to rerun the ballot, despite concerns that some party members would have cast their vote before the events of the last few days. And this is it. I mean, when you're losing people and the lies are coming out, things that were said, people may go, oh God, I wish I hadn't voted for that way, because now we're seeing how awful the previous two were. I voted for their protege and I don't want him anymore. They should have the right to change their mind given what is coming out. Anyway, Mr. Murrell, who is married to the outgoing leader Nicola Sturgeon, resigned a day after Murray Foot quit as the SNP's head of media at Holyrood after he told everybody a pack of lies that were told to him by Mr. Murrell. Mr. Foot had described the press reports about the falling SNP membership as drivel before the party confirmed a big drop in numbers to 72,000 from 104,000. Mr. Murrell took responsibility for the misleading information on the figures, or lies as we like to call them. Now Mr. Russell, who was previously the SNP chief executive for 5 years prior to Mr. Murrell, said he was brought in to steady the ship. When the ship's got a gaping hole in it and is leaking water and is going down by the stern, steadying the ship is not really the best thing you can do. Man the lifeboats is about the best thing you can do. Anyway, he said to BBC's Radio's Good Morning Scotland, a whole host of things had gone wrong. Well, no shit, Sherlock. He said, but his focus was on getting to the end of the leadership contest in much better form. Him or the party? Two of the three candidates have confirmed their absolute confidence in the integrity of the contest and confirmed they want it to go ahead. I don't see any integrity in the SNP. The third candidate, Ash Regan, has raised a series of questions which I want to answer. He said, I want to make sure everybody has confidence in completing this process and getting us through to the end of it. We need to move forward in an orderly fashion. That would make a change. But of course, as I say, it cannot possibly be accurate and right when there's far, far more ballots out there than party members. He doesn't address that. We're going to go through this, and he addresses a couple of the things that are raised, but he does not address the issue of the excess ballots, and that stinks. He says a new leader has an opportunity to start afresh. I don't think anyone would have wanted it in these circumstances, but they will have that opportunity, and I'm sure they will take it. And there's the Bonnie and Clyde of the Glens running away, hiding, hoping to get away with it. Ms. Regan said she had suggested two proposals that would provide assurance to members over the election process. The first would be to allow SNP members who have already voted to change their vote if desired. And the second proposal would be to allow candidates to email SNP members using the party mailing system with an updated election message that reflected current events. The SNP said it took the suggestions from candidates very seriously and would consider Ms. Regan's ideas. Well, it makes a change that she actually has some ideas, doesn't it? Anyway, Ms Regan said it is important that all parties respect the outcome of the ballot and give full support to the new leader of the SNP, unless that new leader is shown to have got in through cheating and doctored votes with, the 6,000 ballots that somehow mysteriously appeared from nowhere. Probably pre-filled in by Murrell. It wouldn't be surprising, if that was the case. Mr Russell said he did not know how many SNP members had voted so far, and he was assured that no one in the party had access to those figures. Well, the ones that vote online, you will have access to. You will know. That they will know how many have voted so far. Anyway, he said he would not bring in outside auditors to oversee the ballot process for fear of actually having a true and honest ballot, rather than getting in the man they've already decided will be the leader. Mr Russell added that whoever succeeds Mr Surgeon would have to focus on the reforming the SNP's operations. You cannot reform these people. They are recidivists. They cannot help themselves. Their single-minded obsession with destruction is all they have. And you've got 3 of them, all going to destroy the party, destroy the country in different ways. Kate Forbes told the BBC she was very confident in the party's ability to complete the leadership process, despite previously calling, along with Miss Regan, for an independent third-party auditor. So all of a sudden, someone who's demanding an auditor, demanding outside help, demanding a third party for fairness and rigour, is now saying, "Oh no, it's okay now." What does she know? We've already discussed in previous videos the fact that it's been rumoured that Humza Yousaf does not have the figures, does not have the numbers to do it, and it's likely to be her. And if that's the case, then it's no wonder she changes her mind and doesn't want any kind of outside influence that may skew the results in favour of someone else. It is, it's a very weird, change of opinion that she's had there. Anyway, Miss Forbes added, "I strongly believe that the events over the last few days, which of course hurt, I think bemused a lot of SNP members, have confirmed my calls from the very beginning of the contest, which is that we need change in the SNP and we need change in government." Humza Yousaf has also promised an internal shake-up of the party, telling the BBC there needs to be an internal reform within our headquarters. Of that, there is simply no doubt. And of course, the result will be announced next Monday. But these people, they call for one thing, and then when it doesn't suit them, they change their mind like that. And the fact that she in the middle, Ash Regan, is saying, actually, we do need to change the votes. We do need these people to have a second opinion because of what's happened. I actually do think that she does have a point. But why, we have to ask, does Kate Forbes suddenly change her mind? Why does she no longer want this outside third-party help? What does she know? And what, of course, is going to happen about those 6,000 odd extra votes? No one is addressing this. This is going to stink. And, if votes are found and these things have been pre-filled, or if there's more votes than members, I think if that's the case, they will undoubtedly go to a court case. Because whoever wins this, the other 2 are out. If Humza wins it, those 2 have gone. They'll never be in his cabinet. If Kate Forbes wins it, Humza's gone. But possibly Ash Regan may scrape in. But that's that's a wait and see game. But I do hope that she continues with a court case attempt to actually stop the election at the moment, because it's more fun that way, isn't it? Because while there's no one actually running the SNP, there's far less damage occurring to Scotland. You've got a week off, a couple of weeks off from people damaging you, hurting your environment, hurting your economy. It's marvellous. It's almost like a little holiday for the Scots, isn't it? Anyway, I shall round off here, come up and finish the video. So it seems very odd, that they're claiming it can be, a correct and fair election. We already know, as I say, there's more than 6,000 ballots out there in play than members. So it's from day one going to be suspicious. Whoever wins this will be suspect, will be questioned. People will be questioning whether they legitimately voted in as leader, regardless of who it is. And it's very odd, of course, that Kate Forbes has changed her mind. Now, I've indicated that I've kind of been informed that it's been, or at least intimated to me, that it's a case that Humza Yousaf does not have the numbers, and therefore Kate Forbes is possibly confident that she does. And that could be why she does not want outside scrutiny, knowing that if she keeps her mouth shut and plays along, she could well end up as leader. And of course, that's Ash Regan's best hope. She'll get short shrift. She'll get nothing if Humza Yousaf wins it. And we all know Kate is out if Humza Yousaf wins it. But if Kate wins it, then Ash Regan may get a few crumbs from the table. She may get a junior ministerial role. And after all, that's what they all want. They all want to clamber over each other as they climb the greasy pole. Anyway, I shall stop now. Thank you very much for listening. If you like what you've seen here on the channel, please do hit that subscribe button right now. And I do mean it. We're in this election. YouTube clambers down on anything political. So you hit the like button. Most importantly, hit the like button. That lifts us up. But do hit the subscribe button as well. Keep our voice loud. Anyway, until next time, stay safe, stay well, listen to these people and understand that everything they say is a lie, and goodbye.